All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Hakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. All right, this is the brother Tawab Rashad from GMS Los Angeles / Inland Empire. Come back with another video in the spirit. And once again, Tawada Yahweh Shemi Avashai, for the mind to this truth. Allow me to wake up another day, putting the spirit on me to do another lesson in hopes that edify and hopeful elect. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to title it, could we have another outbreak? You know, and the reason why I'm titling the video that is because there's news circulating about this latest pestilence, I'm gonna say, latest pestilence called the NIP, the NIP V, okay, the NIP V, okay, and just like how 6 years ago, back in 2020 when the world changed after that the C-19. Now we have another V on the scene, and right now it's who knows whether they're gonna shut this place down or brothers are watching, but all these things are scriptural, okay? All these pestilence and diseases are prophesied in the Bible, and this is why we out here on the highways and byways and we do these shows, because this is all a part of the Most High's will. This is all the Lord's will. All these things that are taking place on the earth, is written in the Bible, and everything is playing out exactly how the words of the Lord says is going to play out. Okay, and we're witnessing these things. Okay, so I'm gonna bring out a few scriptures, and Lord willing, I pray this is edifying. So the first scripture I'm gonna start with is Jeremiah 28:8. It says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence." And is not America a great kingdom, or considered a great kingdom? We're prophesying against this place, okay? We're prophesying that evil is coming upon this place, okay? War is coming upon this place, and pestilence, okay? And as I mentioned before, like I said, there's news circulating about this latest V, the NIP, I'm gonna call it. Now you got airports in Asia and that's ramping up measures. And does that sound familiar? This sounds familiar from the last time. The last V, that pandemic that I should say scamdemic. Okay, which shows you a lot of people around this time are probably going to be more reluctant to believe the government, because last time we saw what happened. A lot of people they went and got those jabs, and and as the time has gone on, a lot of people have been dropping dead throughout the through recent years after taking that jump shot. Okay, so now here it is, they're pushing in the media once again to be cautious of this thing. And then see, this is why here in this truth, starting my apostles elders on down, especially here in Great Millstone, we push the herbs. We push taking care of your health to the best of our ability, because there's all sorts of pestilence out here, and brothers have gotten sick. You got brothers that deal with sicknesses and different ailments and whatnot, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, and the knowledge of the herbs, brothers, are able to, treat themselves, when it comes to certain things, but and be preparing our health, for unseeable pestilence out there. Okay, but we all know ultimately it all boils down to the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, But like I said, this is all a part of being in this truth, man. Watching. This is the things we're supposed to be watching out for. Okay, and Lord willing, man, they do bring another shutdown, man. Because the last time we had a shutdown, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of shit went under, man. So if another shutdown does come, that's gonna really be a major blow. That could be the final blow, to this system, man. But anyway, I'm gonna get that Psalms chapter 91, and I'll start at 1. This is Psalms 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust." And this is in this truth, us that know that we're Israelites, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai is our protection. He's our hedge. Okay, so all these things that are, coming on the earth, most of this is judgment for the wicked. Okay, just like last time with the C19, you did have people out there that got infected, and a lot of people died. Okay, now was it at the level Esau was pushing in the media? No. Because that Esau uses that media to deceive and to push his narrative. But at the same time, there were people out here that were getting sick, and a lot of them got took out, which most of them were people of that was up in age and they had other pre-existing conditions. People that had, pretty much illnesses that were sort of related to that pestilence, and that's why a lot of them got took out. But those that, people that have knowledge of herbs and different, natural medicine were able to, prolong through the so-called outbreak. Okay, so just like now, you're gonna have a lot of people out here. They're gonna hear this information, especially here in America, and they're gonna panic. Because these people over here in Babylon, a lot of people here, they don't have what you call critical thinking. A lot of people don't know how to look up things for themselves. They just trust everything that this damn government says. So a lot of people are gonna be out here panic buying, So us that's in this word, we gotta be extremely circumspect, extremely wise, while we out and about, because we in some times where a lot of these people out here are on edge, man. So we really got to be cautious in everything that we do out here. Okay, So I'm gonna get back to Psalms 91 and 3. It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Right. And Esau, he's that fowler, okay? Because he's laying snares and traps out here, okay? And the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, like I said, through that mercy and that favor, the his elect is not gonna get caught in those traps, okay? And it says that the noisome pestilence, these deadly pestilences out here, these diseases, okay? It's Yahweh Shem Yahushai that has his men covered, the believers covered, okay? Because all these things, like I said, are judgment for those that the Lord is going to lay that pestilence upon, those plagues upon, okay? It says, he shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. You see that? This word, okay? This is our protection, okay? This is how we're, Lord willing, we be those men. This is how we're going to be under the Lord's feathers, his wings, okay? Those chariots when the Lord returns, okay? So this word, this is how we combat. This is how we fight, spiritually. Anything that's coming down the road, the scriptures is a weapon. The word of the Most High is a spiritual weapon to where, we can combat all these different oppositions, and different devices of Satan that's coming down the road, and this is one of many, okay? But all these things have to be in order for the kingdom to come, okay? All these things have to take place, all right? It says, thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness. You see that? So you're going to have deadly pestilence and plagues out here, that people are going to be caught off guard with, okay? But like it says, the elect is not going to be afraid of these things because the Lord has that hedge about them. All right, it says, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. You see that? So it's going to be a lot of death out here, okay? Through all these different plagues that the Lord is going to bring on this society. But like it just said, the elect is going to see all these carcasses out here, okay? You look one way, you're going to see thousands of carcasses. You're going to look another way, you're going to see even more carcasses, okay? That's the times that we're coming to, okay? And these scriptures like this is a comfort, It gives us comfort to let us know, like, when all these things take place, the Lord is going to, protect us, okay? It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. You see that? That's the reward of the wicked. Okay. And also, Esau, he has these concentration camps. All right. You're gonna have famine. Okay, shortage of food out here, which that's gonna cause people to invade one another's homes. So hey, we coming into some very, very crucial times, man. You know, but the beautiful thing about it, there's light at the end of the tunnel after these things take place. You know what I'm saying? All right, it says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. You see that? And that's the beauty and perks of serving the Lord. Okay, you know, having that protection. Okay, having no evil come upon our dwelling. You know, it says, because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. You see that? So the Lord has angels around about us. They keep us in all our ways. To keep us, you know, keep us safe. Okay? That's why when certain things go down, you know, like when the whole C-19 went down, you know, brothers was good. You know, I remember, you know, I was still working. You know, some brothers was still working. Some brothers, you know, because of the whole jump shot, brothers that, you know, didn't take the jump shot, brothers had to, you know, find different jobs, you know, and, you know, eventually I had to find a different job because of that shit, you know. But the point is, you know, the Lord protected brothers in that time. You know, some brothers got sick, you know, but for the most part, you know, brothers was good. Okay, so this like I said, this chapter, I mean, this whole chapter is beautiful. It's, you know, it's a very, very comforting, man, to the mind, man, especially the times that lie ahead of us. You know, it says, they shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder, the young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under feet, because he hath set his love upon me. Therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. You see, and this is only right now, this only applies to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay, so, you know, like I said, Lord willing, you know, we're going to keep our eye on this, you know, this whole situation with this latest V that's on the scene. But I just wanted to bring that out, you know, just to bring comfort to you sincere brothers, as well as you few sisters out there. You know, all these things that are coming upon the earth, these evil things, these plagues, the Lord is bringing these things for the wicked individuals out here. Okay, that's judgment. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that, we'll wrap it up and give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim HaKodash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing his word, truth, sincerity. Shalom.